And the one thing you do have to be careful is you are working with a sharp needle. So hello, don't poke yourself. And you got to pay attention to what you're doing because you can poke yourself and you don't want to go there. So I'm gonna, well, let's see, I'm gonna do a little bit more and just use this up. And I don't really want to, I don't want too much of that yellow showing because I've got a yellow over there. So I'm just going to poke that down in there, use it up, tack it down, okay? And then I need more, so I'm going to find me some more of the orange. Okay, and then there we go. But using the same color, so the ways that you could have done this is just fill each one in as you go and just choose whatever color you like. You could choose to do one color, or you can, you know, do it like I'm doing, where you just decide as you go which color you want in the different areas that you're working. So that is what I am doing because I love to play with color. And you can see this doesn't require a lot of yarn, because basically all you're doing is, you know, technically is you're tracing lines and you are, you know, then filling in, and the yarn goes a long way. Alright, now that's still quite a bit left over, so I'm going to cut off that much. And then I'm going to finish filling in. Make sure I keep that. And it is forgiving to an extent. If you make a mistake even and you have to rip some out, it's easy to do because the felt doesn't show it. So if you ever need to take some out because you don't like the way it's laid down, you can. But once you get a large section done, and then rip it out, you know, that's when you might have a problem. But if you just don't like where you laid down something and you want to take it up to fix it, you can. And I'm going to show you, this is what it looks like on the back. It's kind of cool. It's fuzzy on the back. Okay, so there's that. And then I need a little more orange. So let's find some more orange. Let's see, keep those out of the way. But yeah, if you had a few, if you don't have any yarn at home and you like this idea, this seems like fun to you, you could get just one skein of yarn or a couple of different multicolored skeins and a few different colors of felt, or, you know, a creamy color, just, you know, something neutral, and you could have enough material to make several projects and do whatever design you like. When I first started, before I, you know, now I'm very comfortable sketching just because that's what I do. I draw every day, so it doesn't, you know, it doesn't scare me to do it. Start with something simple, okay, and look online and get some ideas from online, and practice it on a piece of paper first, then put it on your felt, okay? But start with simple, larger scales. Like the first, let me show you something. One thing I did is this hat, and this is incredibly simple. This was an old sweater, and I cut it, and then, you know, I used yarn to stitch the two sides together, and then on the front I just did spirals with this same yarn. And so that's a really easy way to start. So, and I'm going to show you guys how I do the spirals, but that's it. So you can start with something as simple as just a circle or a square or whatever design you like. But I would say initially start with something either that you really love, you know, if there's a subject that you really love, do that. But you want to have, it can't be so detailed that you're going to lose it in translation when you have a larger piece of yarn that you're trying to outline. So try to keep it as simple as possible. like it's the idea of something, or start with geometric shapes. That's another way. So I want to show you guys that. Okay, so we're going to keep going, filling in a random pattern. Just being careful not to cover the outline of these petals, because I don't want to lose that. I like those colors. And also just making sure that I get all of the background covered. That is what I am doing. Alright, and really, let's see, I guess I'll cover. This one had a little bit of that yellow, but I'm gonna take that out. I don't really need that much more. I need to sharpen my scissors. Okay. Or get my Harbor Freight scissors. I think I was cutting things with glue on it on that one. Okay, then I go over it one more time, make sure that I got it. Okay, so that's how we're looking so far. And I'm going to do that last petal in orange. Okay. Frankly, I haven't needed all that, so I'm just going to back off a little bit. There, this should get it. All right. And I'm noticing this petal, which I saw it when I drew it. This one, for whatever reason, it's a little bit floppier, sticking out a little bit more. So what I'm going to do to, like if you see, if I only filled in the orange in the blank area, this much is showing. So even though I said don't go over this part to the outline, I'm going to fill this in a little bit, so that it looks like the rest of these as much as possible, so that it feels like the rest of these. So that's what I'm saying. This is an incredibly forgiving hobby, because there really is no right or wrong, and it is very easy to switch gears partway through to either, you know, make something feel more balanced, or correct something that you don't like, or change gears. You get to decide. Alright, and still, do I want to put any more there? Feels like it could use a little bit more, so I'm going to cut this off here. I'm going to tack this down, and then I'm going to put a little bit more over in this section, because I don't feel the need for it to be exactly symmetrical. You know, every flower petal does not have to be the same, but I want it to be a little bit more orange than I got. So I'm going to go back over that area down here, because I don't want, the only other thing you really got to watch out for is making sure that it feels like you have the same amount of yarn. If it's all the flower petal, you want all the flower petals to feel like they have the same amount of yarn in them. That's the only other thing you really got to watch out for. Okay, and that's all I need, so I don't want to have too much.